conclave of cardinals has reached an agreement. The ancient signal to the world comes from the Sistine Chapel. Habemus Papam. We have a pope, in the traditional phrase of centuries. The throngs who have waited in the square of St. Peter's rejoice with 500 million Catholics around the world. Elevated to the papacy, Angelo Giuseppe Cardinal Roncalli, shortly before his 77th birthday. Chosen after one of the shortest electoral conclaves in 600 years, he will reign as Pope John XXIII, the first pontiff to assume the name John since the 14th century. By the time the new head of the church appeared on the balcony of St. Peter's, one of the greatest crowds in Vatican history, over 400,000, jammed the square, with traffic snarled for miles around by those hurrying to be present. One of his first acts as Pope was to deliver an appeal for world peace, this being after his initial appearance and delivery of the papal benediction to the throngs present to acclaim him. Pope John XXIII, 262nd in the apostolic succession, Supreme Pontiff of the Church. In London, there is acted out again the dramatic tableau that symbolizes Britain's successful fusion of all the trappings and splendor of an ancient monarchy with a democratic government. The opening of Parliament by the Queen. Elizabeth, accompanied by the Duke of Edinburgh, enters the venerable Hall of Parliament, where she will open the new session of the 300th Parliament, in a ceremony rich in color and tradition, but never before filmed or seen by the public. First to the House of Lords, preceded by Field Marshal Viscount Montgomery, who bears the sword of state. The Queen wears the ruby-studded imperial crown and the robe of Parliament, a radiant figure. Then finally to the chamber, where scarlet-robed peers and formally attired members of Commons in joint session hear the throne speech of the Queen.
Today, for the first time, this ceremony is being watched, not only by those who are present in this chamber, but by many millions of my subjects.
The stalemate in the Taiwan Strait continues, with Quemoy under harassment by on-again, off-again communist artillery fire that has shifted the island's way of life. Much of the population actually lives underground. No one knows just when the intermittent barrage will start, so the prudent islanders stay close to shelter. Beiping has announced that on even-numbered days it will not shell strategic targets. But in practice, shells have landed on some even-numbered days, while some odd-numbered days have had no gunfire. Confusing perhaps, but in no way lifting the constant peril to each islander presented by the mainland guns.